Hey, and welcome to Film Surgery, where we dissect deep into the world of cinema. I'm your host, Nick Wright, a cinema studies student from the University of Oregon.
What's up, everyone? And I'm your other host, Sanjay Arman Kumar II. I'm a neuroscience major here at the University of Oregon. Welcome to the show.
So on September 24th, 2024, we brought you guys Unidentified, a mystery horror movie about two brothers who mysteriously find an alien in their backyard. This movie focuses on a normal lifestyle of two brothers, Shawn, played by Eliot Derbenti, and Eli, played by me, Nick Wright, as they search for a strange creature who mysteriously appeared in their neighborhood. I have the amazing privilege of being here with the director, Sanjay Arman Kumar, who is also our co-host. So Sanjay, because this was based on a book.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So what was the reason behind this book?
Well, you see, this is a book that really I wanted to write. I released it during August of 2020. And this was actually the summer before, the summer as we're getting into freshman year of high school. Mm-hmm. And I really wanted to make the sci-fi but also horror story. And I'm a huge fan of some of the Alien movies, the first Alien released in 1979 and then some of the sequels afterwards, specifically the first movie. And I thought, you know what? I want to make a movie that's very similar to this, or a story that's very similar to this, which is, focused on an alien, which is sci-fi oriented, but it's also having these thrilling elements to it. And that's how I thought of the idea for Unidentified. That's really interesting.
Well, there's one thing about having a book that, it's cool to read, but then also you made a movie.
Yeah.
Is there any other details behind that?
Yeah, behind the movie, this book was a very short story, which was actually about 16 pages total that I wrote, and I've always wanted to adapt this into a movie, but I always thought, this might be kind of a big budget, so I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this. But then eventually, 4 years later, we finally had the idea when you and I were both in the film club in high school. And we had to think of an idea, like some kind of major short film to eventually finish for the film club. But eventually that time ran out, but we still kept the production going.
Yes.
And I thought, this is a perfect opportunity to just take this story and adapt this into a movie. And here we are. We finally did it. Dude, after 8 months of production.
Oh my gosh. 8 months and only 20-minute movie.
It's just a 20-minute movie.
But it was a blast. I mean, everybody, even especially Scott Guthrie, our teacher and our film teacher in high school. He was definitely a huge help for this.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He's such an awesome teacher that we had.
Oh my gosh. Shout out Mr. Guthrie. We love you.
Shout out to you, Mr. Guthrie.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for also your contribution to Unidentified. You're just a great guy, man.
For sure. Okay. So.
And Nick, I had a great time also just filming this movie with you. We finished it. We ended up finishing it right on time before we moved here to college.
Dude, we spent, for those of you who don't know, we spent like 5 hours on that last day because we moved in to the University of Oregon that next week, and this was on a Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
And so we just didn't have any time. So we all met up on Thursday for like 5-6 hours and just ran through the last couple scenes.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they could be a bit better, but I'm happy with how they turned out.
I'm glad. Yeah, me too. It might seem to kind of rush that day with the whole final battle sequence, but at the end, if you just watch the movie back, it's perfectly. It turned out perfect.
No, definitely. So Sanjay, what are like some just for general questions, like some of your favorite scenes, just not to like film, but just like to watch or to be a part of or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. I gotta say, like, because this movie, I just said the whole movie was so fun to film altogether. But
No, definitely.
the scenes I find to be the most entertaining, and also the scenes that I was really excited to actually finally put in the film. Number one has to be the fork in the eye.
Yes, that is iconic.
That's iconic. We got to see the green alien blood just spurting out of the eye, during the final battle sequence. I gotta say that has to be, for me, one of the most exciting and also like nerve-wracking scenes to film.
For sure.
Yeah, because I know for that scene you were the one who was holding the camera.
Yes,
for that.
I was.
And I was the one who had the blood ready to squirt it onto Eliot Derbenti's face, the actor who plays Shawn.
Eliot, you're a champ for putting up with that.
For putting up with that green
100%,
blood, man.
yeah.
I was so nervous because this was like a one take this scene that we had to do.
I think it was the last scene we have before we left.
I think so. That might have been the last one that we actually shot, and it turned out perfect. That was just one take, and that's the one you see in the film right now.
It's amazing. And that was a great idea on your part, honestly, because we've just put the green ooze in the spray bottle, and we were just like,
Yeah, and it worked out perfectly. And what we did was that my dad helped to order the bottle of green food coloring.
Yes.
And it would have been hard to actually just use the food coloring itself.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I just I can't think of any other way to do it now that we've already done it. But.
Yeah, because if we only used the food coloring itself, it would have caused permanent stains.
Yeah.
So we had to just mix it in with water so that it kind of became a bit stainless, and easier to clean up.
I gotta say, personally, I think my favorite part is the first time you see the alien. Yeah?
Yeah,
because,
definitely.
I don't know. There's something about that scene that is just... It's, scary, but honestly, a kind of a jump scare.
Oh, yeah.
It's a baby jump scare.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, who cares? Just go... Spoiler warning now if you haven't seen it. But, when you're walking down that dark hallway and you see the alien peek out its head from behind the corner when the flashlight is on him, that was... Oh, it's so scary. I can't. I just...
Yeah, because we don't see... The thing is that we don't see the alien, the unidentified creature, up until that point in the film.
Yeah.
And that's what's so scary. We're not sure, what this creature, what this kind of being is in the film until it's finally revealed at that point.
Well... And
it's so sudden. It's so quick when we see it.
Yeah, because you see it before in a couple of scenes, I think... that's the last time before the final battle. So you see it upstairs after, sadly, the death of Anna, our neighbor. And, you actually don't see, hints of the alien a bit until the final battle where you actually,
Well, that's, full detail what we can see the alien, The alien appears...
Rawr, am I right?
No, rawr.
Yeah.
The first time the alien appears is when we see Anna walking down the stairs, right? And Hannah hears glass shattering in the kitchen, and she goes down to pick it up, and then the alien just rises behind her.
That's scary. Oh my gosh.
That is just so unexpected because we don't expect the alien just to appear like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember anywhere else. I'm trying to remember. But also, Anna, played by Savi Bansori, one of our friends.
Yes.
Wonderful actress.
She was a legend, acting in this production.
Yes.
She did a great job, and who knows, maybe we'll cast her in a future production.
Oh,
sometime.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love to have her back.
Oh, I want to also say one of the best scenes in the film, which is the first actually thrilling scene in the film would be the Red Room.
Oh, yes, the Red Room.
The Red Room, which was a great great job on your part because we used your room for that sequence, and
the red lights.
You had these red LED lights right in your room, just kind of pulsating, this kind of pulsating style, and which I thought is very well done, especially on camera, how it looks.
Yeah. I mean, it looks. Yeah, you're right. It does look cool on camera. It's a little nauseating on my part when you're in there, because it's like just kind of.
It really shows that kind of the effect it has on the audience.
Definitely.
But that's the first actual thrilling scene, which is supposed to represent the bright lights of the UFO.
Yeah.
In the backyard.
Yes.
And before that whole sequence, it's all about character development. We just
definitely
see the brothers coming home from school. We meet the parents for the first time.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to my mom and dad who played our parents. They were awesome.
Yeah, your parents did a phenomenal job in this movie, and they're so nice for taking the time and dedicating to this project of ours.
Yes, thank you. Anything else you want to say about filming? I know I really, I don't know. I just had fun editing the movie once we were done, because it gave me a chance to look for the scenes I wasn't a part of, look at what you guys did and how everything happened. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That makes you, it made you heavily involved with the production, because you have to constantly, with editing, just repeat scenes and keep watching them over and over again until you finally get the right, sort of cut or the right transition in there. And I gotta say, as directing this film, it was so fun, but it's a really stressful job as well.
Yeah.
I'd say this is my third time directing a short film like this.
Yes.
And because this is I've made 2 short films before this, but this is actually the most stressful and a major production of ours, especially with gathering several other actors for it, making sure the schedules are synchronized with everyone else's schedules.
Yes.
And just with the amount of scenes we had, there's so many different locations of this film as well.
I think we got 5 total locations.
Yeah.
Driving around at night was hard on everybody, I think.
And plenty a great cast for the movie as well.
For sure, yeah. I can't wait to see if there's a second one.
We'll see. There might be a sequel coming up.
Okay.
Soon, eventually.
Sanjay Arman Kumar, thank you so much for being a part of the show. You can go see his other movies on his YouTube channel, The Psychiatrist and Trapped. Both came out in 2020. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description, along with all of our socials and SN Pictures. Shout out to all the actors in our movie. Thank you so much. Anything else you want to say before we head out?
I just want to say, just filming Unidentified for this 8-month experience it's such an awesome memory, between us, and I'm so glad that I have to thank you, Nick, for just your whole dedication and helping me out for this movie. I know it was we had those trials and tribulations, but we finally got through it, and we'll see what the next movie is that you and I are going to be a part of.
Definitely. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. You can check out our socials in the description, and go check us out, SN Pictures, on Letterboxd to see what movies we review, what movies we like. And thank you so much.
And thank you everyone so much for listening, and please stay tuned for our next appointment.
See ya.